Welcome to our ongoing YouTube video series on business and investment opportunities and trends. My name is Christopher Neufeld, and in this particular YouTube video, we'll be looking at the construction industry and the potential of emergent opportunities following the COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic. So where exactly are the potential trend lines with respect to the construction industry? Well, they might not immediately be back in with respect to the housing sector and a lot of personal driven or business driven construction, given what the pandemic has done. But where there could very well be, and the trend lines are looking like, is that there's going to be a very aggressive push for public sector, government financed or government partnership driven with corporate public sector construction that's going to be undertaken. Because in the aftermath of the pandemic, the governments are going to need to drive up employment. They're going to need to drive up tax revenues. And how do they do that? Well, one of the main ways they're going to need to do that and hit both of those aspects is to increase the amount of construction development in the public sector to boost employment and thereby boost, in turn, taxes and take people off of unemployment. That is what they're going to be needing to do, and that is why the trend lines and the opportunities are going to be in that public sector driven area of construction and all the antecedent areas of infrastructure and the like. Whether it is businesses that are supporting those industries, manufacturing that's supporting those industries, that is an area that one needs to be looking at right now. And if one is not necessarily in there, but they can find a way to produce a support role, that is where one should be looking to position themselves as a new avenue of opportunity. Because there are other areas where clientele, where you are in the service business, support business, where you serve businesses that we see are going to be extremely challenged, at least for the next year or two. When that is the case, you have to be looking at those areas where the opportunities are going to lie. Construction definitely would appear to be one of those areas. There are individuals in government who are going to be pushing to this, and the opposition that has been existing over the last, let's call it last 10 years, 20 years even, to a major infrastructure building push are going to have to fall by the wayside. It's simply going to be impossible to hold this back any longer. The demand is going to be there. And if it's only going to be in certain jurisdictions, either at the state level or the provincial level, then it almost might become necessary to move and be sufficiently mobile to take advantage of those opportunities and move into those areas. It is the area that looks to be the most likely to be moving on the construction side, but also for, like I said, there are support businesses, and those support businesses that can support heavy infrastructure, heavy building, heavy construction on the public sector side need to be looking at where those opportunities lie, because there's going to be a very strong push. So it's an opportunity to very much position oneself. Or if your business can be sufficiently modified or appropriated to undertake work in that area, you need to seriously consider positioning yourself to take advantage of that opportunity. It is somewhere where the trend lines are pointing, and the fact is that the political climate is such that this is an area that needs to be pursued, and there is the resistance that previously existed is going to fall to the wayside, because governments are going to have to find every possible way to ramp up employment, to ramp up revenues, to ramp up taxes, you name it. And what is the best way to do that? in this current climate, it's going to be by undertaking public sector driven, oftentimes with partnerships, but public sector driven infrastructure and construction builds. So look at that, start exploring that avenue, find where you might see yourself fitting in with these opportunities and trend lines, because they are going to emerge. Not absolute, and that might not be right where you're existing. You might have to be sufficiently mobile, sufficiently flexible, but it is where the trends are leaning towards. So I hope you found this YouTube video of interest, and it's helped you direct your attention to where those opportunities might be lying in the foreseeable future, and you can start positioning yourself to take full advantage of them, because that is where the trend lines would appear to be headed, and you need to take advantage of them given where other trend lines are going downwards. This one clearly appears to be moving in a positive direction. Thank you.